Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brianne and this is Bree's Knits. Um, Hi everybody, it's been some time. Last time I saw you, I was pregnant, and this time I am as my friend said, a whole mother. Um, I am a mom to a 3-month-old. He is my first baby, my husband's and I's first baby. It has been a whirlwind, and it has also been great and wonderful and grand. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen the sweater I made him on him. Southern California has not been cool, really, so it's been pretty rare, and I'm kind of just glad I had at least one day to put the sweater on him, because recently it's been like 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I think at one point 2 weeks ago was 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's just not it. I'm over here wearing summer dresses still. Not fun, but yeah, it has been great. But because of that, I haven't really, actually, I have done some knitting, but it was mostly like accessories and things like that, so not a ton of garments. I guess I just kind of wanted to use this right now to be able to kind of just talk about what I've been working on since I've been on leave. I still am on leave right now, technically, so I'm really grateful to have the time that I do at home with my son. And I think some of you guys will recognize that I'm in a different background. I usually am either on a just white wall or in front of a painting. I am in ours, one of the other bedrooms, and we used to have my two bookshelves together, but with the addition of the baby and having to move things around, the bookshelves are on either side of the room. This is, I'm going to call it the adult bookshelf. The other one's for the children's books. I have a lot of just books that I've collected over the years over there too, like the middle age reading books for middle schoolers, or like the fairy tales or series of unfortunate events, and then also the baby appropriate aged books. Even though I do read my son age appropriate books, I also am reading with him the illustrated version of Pride and Prejudice because I felt like reading again, and I also really wanted to I wanted to just read out loud with him. So I just thought if I wanted to read, then why not also include my son in that time too. Before, he was sleeping a lot more, so I kind of got some stuff done. And then also my husband was on leave with me for like a couple of months, which is all that he's allowed, which is insane, but whatever. But that time was very helpful too, so I really enjoyed that time together. It's been pretty interesting. Oh, but so basically, sorry, my cats were deciding to be menaces. It's been interesting. It's been a lot of adjustment. It's been a lot of learning, and basically getting to know someone brand new in my life. But he's honestly the most adorable thing in the world, and every time I look at him, there are like new things I want to make for him, or I want to give him or get him. There's just so many, like, there's not a lot of cute stuff for boys out in this world, like, to buy. I think there slowly is, but generally when I'm looking at patterns, I'm like, I really want to be able to make him stuff, and thankfully they're still kind of small, so I can make things a little bit faster. I guess that's another thing too. It's kind of hard to film these right now. Although I feel like when I was watching Well Love Knits, Bethany, she kind of started filming, I think, on her iPhone or iPad or something, and was like, I'm not in the season of life for to like get set up and do all of that. And that really resonated with me. Because I was feeling like that for a while, for like a month. I was like, I really like, I need to film, I need to do this, I need to do this. I was kind of just putting a lot of pressure on myself. I mean, right now I do have my camera set up, but it's not like I feel good about it right now. And also my husband's here, so it just makes it easier to be able to film instead of put my baby down for a nap and then kind of have a monitor here while filming. Because then I can do other stuff while he's asleep too. But that's besides the point. I guess I can just get into what I've been working on. I am currently casting on sorry, my fingers are red. I was having spicy chips earlier. So they dyed my fingers red. I'm casting on a bear bonnet. I think it's literally called the Barely Bonnet on Ravelry. It's a fingering weight, and it's from some scraps. And this is gonna look funny because it doesn't look like scraps, but it's Knitting for Olive Autumn. Hold on, I'll be right back. It sounds like I'm needed. Okay, hi, I'm back. So I think I was mentioning that I am making this bear bonnet for my son. It's called Barely Bonnet. I forgot who it was by. It's a free pattern. I know that for sure. I will link it in the description below, like I usually do. I'm making it with this extra yarn that I had from a different project. It's Knitting for Olive Merino in Autumn. That's what I'm working on now. I guess a finished object. I'm like going way out of course for this because I'm just chatting now, but this is a finished object that I finished probably in July or August. It is the Flutter Butt shirt by Jessie May Designs. So got the flutters here and then on the bottom too. It's a fingering weight yarn. This is Explore Knits and Fibers. It's one of their sock yarns. The colorway is Untamed. I've had it for some time now. I have 2 skeins, but I only needed one to do this, and I think I made the medium. So, I mean, I think if I wanted to make it longer, I probably could have. Actually, I think I still would have only needed 1 skein because the gauge is so big. So it went by pretty quickly, and I like it. For a while, I kind of had stopped midway, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to finish it because I guess this kind of just goes into more of discussion of just being a postpartum mom, I guess. I didn't realize like how much postpartum would really hit me. I mean, I'm doing like a lot better now, like a lot better, but for a while there too, I just didn't really know like what I was interested in anymore, if that makes sense. I don't know, I guess I was just anxious of being like, not being a mom, like I love being a mom. It's great. But I think it was more of a, like, I just felt like only mom now at that point. Like, I didn't feel like mom plus complex human being like we all are, you know? Thankfully, I had my mom I could talk to about it and my husband, and both were very supportive. My mom, being a mom of 3, was able to understand me a little bit more. And I think just talking about it kind of made me feel better. But that was in the middle of me making this shirt, and I was like, I don't even know if I like, you know, the frills anymore or anything like that. And then once I kind of talked through everything and I finished it, I was like, okay, I do like it. I do like it. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. I do like it. I kind of went through a list of like, okay, my name is Brianne. I really like knitting. I really like these colors. I really uh, like like burgundy, pink, white. Like these are the colors I really enjoy. I like fall and spring, like kind of just going through a list of stuff. And then I started to feel a lot better, and especially since I was able to remind myself, like, hey, I'm still a pretty complex human being, and that's okay, you know, that's all good. Um, so now, I mean, I really like the top. It was very easy to make. Like I said, it went by pretty quickly, even though it's sock weight, fingering weight, whatever tickles your fancy of how you want to call it. But I like it. I like how it came out. I also really like how this color looks on me. My birthday also just passed, and I wanted to buy one of those like color consultant things, but I think it kind of just was like, what's her name? N.E. Knits? Knits? I forgot if that's the full YouTube channel, but I think she just posted like a website that she used where you just put in a picture, or you can take a picture of your face, and then it does the analysis for you, and then it gives you its answer, which I think for me, I kind of have the same as her. It was a winter, a true winter or something like that. So this color actually goes into works pretty well for me. I mean, I am wearing, again, whatever colors I want, but I was a little bit more, not mindful, but I guess I've noticed that too. Like certain colors, like taupey colors, don't really look that, like cool tone colors don't really look that well with me, I guess. And that, but it's weird because if I have a winter look, then, it should be okay, but I don't know. Taupes don't really look good with me. They make my skin look like really ashy. But when I wear brighter colors like this, I feel like it makes my skin look really nice. So I don't know, actually. I don't even know what I'm saying. I just know that the analysis was winter. I may or may not actually be a winter. We shall see. One day I thought about doing the one that Young Folk Knit does as a birthday gift to myself. I might still end up doing it. I haven't done it yet, even though my birthday's passed. I think just because it, not that it didn't feel like my birthday, but it just didn't feel like my birthday. I was at home with my baby who just started teething, and then like, I don't know, I'm used to having like, with one family we do one thing, with the other family we do another thing, and it's like big and obvious. And I don't know, maybe it's just being a mom for the first time. It did feel like my birthday a few days ago. On my birthday, not really, but again, it's fine. But it is, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm just rambling now because I haven't been on the camera in a while, but I guess I should show you some of my other finished objects. Sorry. I think I may have finished this way before August. I don't know, but I think for sure I started it before the baby came. So sometime in June, and then I probably finished it maybe before August or beginning August. I can't recall. There was also, I did a really long, I did the small version of the Sophie shawl. I made it for my mom's birthday, but I don't have it, and I don't have a picture of it because I just given it to her. It had already been late for her birthday, so I don't have it, but I do have an extra skein of the yarn that I used. Let me see if I can find it. I have it right here. Yes, okay. I have an extra skein that I used for hers. It's this chocolate brown. It's absolutely beautiful. It's Woolfolk, oh my goodness, 5 and color number 30. It's in Aran weight. It's 142 yards for 50 grams. And it's a chainette yarn. It's very bouncy too. Like, I really like how it's like bouncy and light at the same time. So I really like working with it. It's very soft to the touch, and it just feels very nice. But I had an extra skein because I was really scared that I wasn't gonna have enough for a medium one, so I just did a small one, and I ended up having a little bit extra left over, and then I also had a full skein. So obviously my estimates were wrong. So that was a finished object. I also have this Aran Vest that I made. It is with Knitting for Olive, merino, and soft silk mohair. I've had it for a while now. I think I had it since last year or the year before. Both of the yarns are in the colorway Autumn. I don't know if this does anything for me either, but I'm gonna say that it does. I like Fowl Knitwear's patterns. The only thing is that this one was done bottom up. I'm usually pretty okay with bottom up, but I do think that for this pattern specifically, I'll probably write some notes on it. It went pretty well. I think the only thing is I probably picked up too many stitches for the neckline because now it's kind of ruffling in the back. It's cute, but it's not what I really wanted, but I don't feel like unpicking it either, so there's that. The straps or the shoulders, for the front at least, she gives you a specific measurement per sizing, but she says, or you can keep going depending on your measurements. I kind of just left it at what she had suggested, but once I had put it on, it was like the bottom of the armpit was really in the armpit, and Fable Knitwear's designs usually have negative ease for the most part, so it is a little form-fitting. So, and I feel like I know that I have broader shoulders. I've been told that it looks like I'm a swimmer because of how broad they are. I've never been a swimmer, but I guess good to know. I don't know. So if I wear this, I likely would like to wear it with a flowier top, which I do have a couple of. Otherwise, if I wear it with a tight shirt, it just emphasizes that, and I'm not a huge fan. So I do love it though. I like the color. I just think that if I make it another time, I will definitely make the straps a little bit longer, so that way it's not like so up in the armpit. But I believe I used 1 and a bit of each, the merino and the mohair. So for the merino, it was this much left. I just purchased a scale, but I don't remember anymore how many grams were left of the merino or of the mohair, but I'll just show you what I have left. That's nice. Okay, hold on. So for my mohair, like I said, I used a full skein or donut, and this is what I have left. It looks like majority of it, but I promise you it's not. And then I have this much of the merino, but I had used a full one already. But yeah, I used a pretty good amount already from this one as well. And like I said, I'm making the bonnet with the rest of it. So I think the cute will match. Also, I wanted to do the knitting for olive one, but I realized I wouldn't have enough yarn for it, so I'm just going with a different bonnet pattern. But I also wanted to take a picture of my baby with this pumpkin. I don't know if this would really look that nice with it. Well, I guess it's not too bad. There are pumpkins where, or like photos where they like carve out the top and scoop out everything and then make leg holes and you can sit them in it. But there's also one where you kind of force the perspective. So like say like this, and this would go over like baby's bottom. And then I've seen some where they have like cute little bonnet on with the pumpkin over their bum and forcing the perspective that the pumpkin is the bum. And it's just really cute. So I kind of want to do that. So that's why I'm making it mostly for pictures. I'm not ashamed to say that. I hope I can get it done relatively soon, even though I don't think I even mentioned what size needles they're on. They are on 2.5 millimeters, or US 1.5 in the Chow Goose. So like I said, this is everywhere. I'm really sorry about that. So flutter butt shirt, Aran Vest by Fable Knitwear, making the Barely Bonnet, Barely Bonnet, yeah, I think that's just what it's called. And let's see what else I have that was fully done. Oh, okay, this finished object is kind of cute. This was also from a free pattern. I made little pumpkins. They are definitely a little bit more round than they should have been. These are a free pattern. I'll link them below as well. I used the orange string from my swatch for my Aran Vest. I do kind of actually like the little curly bit to it, but I made 2 of them. I used scrap yarn, so I used 2 strands of a white and cream DK weight yarn that I had, and then scraps of fingering weight yarn from Explorer Knits and Fibers. It was the Roma colorway from the Rome collection. Hold on. Yeah. So I made these. I don't really like how the stem is constructed. I think next time if I do make them, I'm gonna just kind of close it up at the top and maybe put a cinnamon stick on there instead. Excuse me. Just to give it some variation, because I just don't like how singular it looks. That's why I also put the little string around it too, just to make it, just to separate it. There is a lot of different pumpkin, free pumpkin patterns. I wanted to do it too, so that way I can make, do that little photo shoot with my son. If not, then they're just cute little pumpkins that we have around the house instead of spending money on some that I can't really use again. Versus this too, my son can play with them later in the future if he really wanted, because they're soft and plushy. But yeah, I kind of stuffed them a little too harshly, so they're more rounded than oblong, I guess. I don't know, but those are also finished projects. I have also made, let me put that back. Okay, I also made, I'm not really sure what I showed you guys before I left, and I don't feel like looking at the video again. I may have shown you this, but it's a small Sophie Scarf with some scraps I had from my Parma colorway from, again, Explorer Knits and Fibers. I think I'm okay with yellow on me. I don't think it looks particularly nice, I guess. I did make one of my aunts a sweater in this colorway, so maybe I'll just give her a matching scarf. But she also has like pretty bright red hair, so I don't know if that would She definitely feels like a true winter because her hair is very like dark red. Not naturally, but still. And she's like very fair skin. So I feel like the yellow just wouldn't do her any good. I made that with the intention of also potentially giving it to someone for Christmas. Who? I have no idea, but there that is. I think I showed you guys other stuff already, like this coffee cozy, so that's not technically a new one. I guess work in progress is the bonnet that I'm making. I'm also going to be making more of those pumpkins, but I'm going to make a bigger one with some scraps from these are scraps from the Sophie Scarf. And then this is another scrap from my Aran Vest. So I'm going to hold these double, and then hold this with it as well to make it a bulky. And I mean, that's more of a plan. That's not a whip yet, but those, like the pumpkins, get done in like a couple of hours. Not for me because I have a small baby, but at least within the day they're done. So another whip I'm working on right now is also for my son. All the cable work, that is the Mobi Sweater. I love it. I love how it's coming out. I just hate having to do the body. My son is tall. He is pretty tall. He grew 5.5 inches within 2.5 months. So that's pretty crazy. And he was already a long baby when he was born. So I'm making him a 6 to 9 months, I believe. It's the second to last size that Knitting for Olive has for the Mobi Sweater baby. This is Cascade 220. I think it's called Grape Wine or something like that. Here it is a little bit more up close. It's a bit more purpley. Yeah, it's more purple than anything than it looks on camera. But the intention is to make a matching sweater for my husband so that way they can wear it around Christmas time. Will I get it done by then? That is my goal. My goal is to finish it by then. So I do have, I think it's like 4 more centimeters left on the body because I'm trying to also keep in mind like blocking it. So that means it needs 26 centimeters for the body from the back, I believe, or 28. I don't know. I forgot. I need to look at it again. But when I look at it, it's about 2 centimeters extra, I believe, for when I block it. So I kind of just have to add 2 centimeters after, like each time I measure, I have to add 2 centimeters and believe that that's the end of it. So I believe I only have 4 centimeters left, which I should be able to get done hopefully this week. And then I have to do the arms and then the collar. Well, I also have to do the bottom ribbing. And then I have to swatch for my husband's because the last time I made him a sweater, I did not swatch, and it definitely has some negative ease on him. And it's like really up there on the armpits. So I definitely need to do that. But anyway, I think this looks absolutely adorable. I'm loving how it's coming out. Once I kind of got the hang of the crisscross pattern, it kind of became like second nature, I guess. So I think I did have a little bit of a hiccup with the short rows or just like the shaping in general. I don't know. I forgot if it's actually short rows or if it was just shaping the back a bit, but it definitely worked out just fine. Oh, that's what it was. One of the shoulders is definitely not like the other. One of them flows very nicely. The other one does not as much. But I think I'm okay with that. So I believe I ended up getting 10 balls total. 3 of them are meant to be for my son and the rest for my husband. In male sizes, he is a small, but I want a Mobi sweater as well. Maybe not the same color. I definitely won't get it done at the same time. But I want a Mobi sweater So I'm just gonna get the Mobi Sweater, just the regular pattern, not the Mobi Sweater man, and I'll just make it a little bit longer. So I think I had ordered an extra skein just in case. I just need a little bit extra, and probably just won't shape it as much. And then we'll likely make a medium for him because he fits my sweaters and I fit his. He's a small in men and I'm a medium in women, so I'll just make him a medium. So I guess it could technically be a sweater for me and him. Regardless, that is my project for the rest of the year. That sweater will be for my husband's Christmas gift, and he already knows it because he requested it, so it's not that big of a deal if I mention it now. But yeah, that's basically all I have. I feel like I didn't do anything, but I've definitely been working on the Mobi Sweater slowly but surely, and then kind of just wanting to add like small projects in there. Excuse me. I was going through my Ravelry and kind of just looking at like free things also for Christmas, so I can make small stuff in between this cable project, kind of like market bags really. I have the big, like, especially because you use big needles to make such a wide gauge, it doesn't really take up that much time. So I guess kind of to be able to use up some of the yarn that I have, especially the 100% cottons that aren't necessarily meant for wear. I have the paint box cottons, and then I also have a couple of cotton from Lion Brand. Yeah, from Lion Brand. So I kind of wanted to use those just to kind of lower my stash a little bit. I don't really have any other plans other than the bonnet and the pumpkins, which I think are enough for cast-ons because I really need to get a move on with his sweater. I want to get it done by the end of this month. Because I want to start my husband's sooner rather than later. Also, I guess knitting related, it is an acquisition, but it's not an acquisition yet. My husband got me, so when I started my knitting journey, I did have needles to block, but I have the T-pin needles. And I did notice that when I blocked, it did leave kind of like, it had like points at the end of all of my things. So I put on my wish list for my birthday the ones that kind of are a bunch of pins together in a straight line. So I put that on there. So he told me that he did get me one pack of those. So I'm very excited for that to come in, so that way I can block baby sweater, and that way I can block the filling a little bit better. I did block it, but I just put it over a towel rack, so that way you can like kind of stretch and be on something heavy, so it can stretch either way. But I want to shape it in the way that I want it, so I will definitely be blocking it again. But I think that's about it. I kind of went on a tangent there about like the postpartum feelings and everything. I'm feeling a lot better now. I know, like, I didn't realize how isolating it felt, I guess, because when I was pregnant, I felt like I was on top of the world. I could do everything. I was going to do everything. And then everything hit me, and I was like, no, this is insane. How do people have more than one baby? This is crazy. But I love him. It's kind of like, I don't know, just definitely taking it a day at a time, and then knitting when I get the chance, because I love knitting. That's part of who I realized I am and was, and I love different textures. I love aesthetics. I love everything. So just slowly making my way in. I think someone contacted me about potentially testing some of their patterns in English, and I was like, I'd love to, but I definitely do not have time for that, especially because I see tiny little things all the time and I want to make them. Or like, one of my friends has a birthday at the end of the month, and I really, really want to make, there's a actual vest called the Hobbiton vest or Hobbit's vest, and it is so cute, and I want to make it for him. But again, I have the goal of finishing his sweater by the end of the month, so I don't know how likely that is. I mean, it is a sweater, and I think it's just in, I mean, a vest, and I think it is just in seed stitch, which is pretty easy. But I don't want anything distracting me too much from it. The bonnet won't be that long. The pumpkins take like a day, so it's not that big of a deal, but I don't know how realistic that is to do that. So we'll see. I also see some of the other knitters in the community are pregnant, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what everybody makes their babies. With my extra yarn in Untamed, I actually wanted to make a Friday sweater baby for my baby with some scrap pink yarn for like the size that he's going to be around Valentine's Day. Because I think that'd be really cute. And I'm definitely saving all of my hand knits because these are family heirlooms. Okay? I don't care what anyone says. So like that brown sweater he's almost outgrown. I'm definitely going to be putting that away. His bonnet, even if he only wears it for pictures or for a couple days. Sorry, my camera cut me off, but I don't know if if he'll just wear the bonnet like just once or more than once, but I don't care because it's cute and I'm making it for my son. And if I have another baby in the future, then it'll be for them too. So who cares? My mouth is getting a little dry, but I am definitely coming to the end of this. Yeah, I'm done. I will see you guys soon. My next video is definitely going to be the Gilmore Girls knit back, so stay tuned for that. Okay, bye. I'll see you next time.